Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into the YouTube here at Kalamazoo FC as we welcome you into Mayor's Riverfront Park in Kalamazoo, Michigan. A sunny sight here today. Last time we saw them, and it was a drizzly game played between Kalamazoo FC and Flint City, as it was a 3-3 tie here at Mayor's Riverfront Park, as Kalamazoo FC looks to find their way back into the win column, as so far through the year in third place in the Great Lakes Division, but tied with 3 for the second place spot at 8 points. AFC Ann Arbor, Kalamazoo, and Flint City, those three teams tied for second, as Kalamazoo FC's record stands at 2-1-2 after that last tie coming to Flint City, as looking for a win here to put them on top and in second place alone by themselves, and United closer towards the pack, as Midwest having the most matches played in the Great Lakes Division here in USL 2. 7 matches played, 6 wins, no losses, 1 tie, as they total 19 points on the year. As they can score in a hurry against teams. Kalamazoo FC looking to play. Very good match here today is the only tie for Midwest. It's going to be a good one here today. Sunny, clear skies, a little bit rain-filled earlier in the day, so grass could be a little wet down there on the field, but it'll dry as the game goes on. 7 o'clock kickoff here at Mayor's Riverfront Park as we're about to get underway. Kalamazoo looking to find their way back into the win column after a very hard-fought battle with Flint City, ending with a tie result, as a third-place team, or a second-place tie between 3 teams, for second place. And then Midwest United alone at the top. So they're looking to keep their season alive and keep going and marching on towards the end of the year, as it's not going to be many games left to be played here for Midwest United after this one. Only 2 more, one against Flint and one against Oakland County. So needing to win and put themselves separate from the pack. However, a double-digit lead, or not double-digit lead, but into double digits, the only team in double digits for points play in the Great Lakes Division. They sit atop the division with 19. Thank you to everybody joining alongside. My name is Sebastian O'Leary, voice of Kalamazoo FC, play-by-play broadcaster last year and this year for the 24 campaign, as it's been a very good year so far for both clubs, men's and women's. As last night, women welcomed a top dog into their division into town, and it was a very hard-fought battle, but nobody finding the back of the net in that game last night. So they're going to move on and keep going through the season. Next time the girls are going to see Detroit's going to be at the end of their season. So it's going to be a big matchup, especially if Detroit stays on top of the division and the girls keep climbing up the ranks as they do. That last one could be something special, but it's going to be over in Detroit. So if you want to catch that one, you're going to have to watch the streaming or make the long trip over to Detroit from Kalamazoo. Either way, should be near the end of this month. A ball going to be played into the 18 off a Midwest corner kick, but then sent back out of bounds. And Midwest going to attack now, as Burkett going to play something into that back corner, looking to try and tempt something in against Andrew Cook. However, it's going to roll Kalamazoo's way, and it's going to be a save there for Andrew Cook. A ball played up the right side, looking all the way up for Donovan Gusto Phillip. However, Midwest going to get somebody underneath it. It's Takawira going to get the ball and win it for Midwest United, and tries playing something on that left side of the 18. Then he's going to get it back and play it over the middle. This one going to be for Barone. Barone goes right side. Good defense played there by Newhoff. The lineup for Kalamazoo FC had not seen many minutes this season, but he's going to get to test the waters and see the skills here in front of the hometown crowd, as the ball is going to be played in on that right side, looking to get something into the attacking zone for Midwest United. However, it's going to roll back Kalamazoo's way. 3 minutes gone by here, still scoreless, as Kalamazoo welcomes the Top Dogs in their Great Lakes division here in USL 2, as first and second place going to move on to the playoffs. Kalamazoo looking to separate themselves from that three-way tie for second place between Flint and AFC Ann Arbor. As AFC Ann Arbor and Kalamazoo having the same record, both 2-1-2, so 2 wins, 1 loss, 2 ties for both of them. And then Flint City on top, 2-0-2, with 2 ties coming to their name as well. Midwest going to play something into that long corner, and then out of bounds it's going to go. So Midwest here with the toss in, not a corner kick. As quickly it's going to be played in, looking to get something on that baseline. And a ball centered into the 18, but nobody on the receiving end for Midwest. It's going to go back the other way, trying to set something up near the middle of the field. It goes for Kalamazoo FC towards that sideline now. So there's going to be some pushing and shoving along that sideline. Official's going to call it, and it's going to stick with Kalamazoo going into their attacking zone. 4 minutes gone by. Nothing to show of from either of these two teams so far. Innes looking to send this one into dangerous territory. This is looking to get it inside the 18. He's got a swarm of people as this one going to be played on the left side of the 18. Getting bodies underneath it, but nobody able to do anything with it. Goes Kalamazoo FC. Killua going to send this one all the way upfield. Is a familiar name in that Midwest lineup as Jonathan Killua, one of the goalies for Kalamazoo last year. Now, on the opposing side of things, playing for Midwest United. Still good to see some old alum from Kalamazoo FC getting reps in and playing in this USL 2 league all over the place. There's going to be a ball played up here for Melarani. Melarani going to try and dash around defenders and then play something in to Newhoff, but then it's going to be lost. Kalamazoo FC going to lose this one. Midwest United taking over. You need to be smarter with the ball in the early minutes. Goes Kalamazoo FC. Not really starting too many chances and generating a lot of offense. However, chance now coming for Midwest United, but the speed for Kalamazoo FC going to catch back up. As Duarte Chapela Ramos thought that it was offsides. Not going to get the call, though, and corner kick's going to be coming on the way for Midwest United. It's going to roll out of the baseline. A ball played in to the 18 from Midwest. However, Kalamazoo going to get a head underneath it and poke this one out of the way. Done well. Going to send this one into the 18 right side for Midwest. There's going to be a chance. However, getting a body behind it goes Kalamazoo FC, as that's going to be Vera Cruz. Only to give it right back to Midwest United and then playing something inside the 18. Andrew Cook, though, going to be there and easily taken care of. Cook going to play a ball long down that left sideline. Nobody going to get to it, and it's going to roll out of bounds, so it's going to reset. Midwest United takes over deep inside their defensive area. Looking for a toss in. Midwest trying to attack that left side. They're going to give it down there to Jonathan Stout. Stout going to be picked up by Barnes. Stout's going to play something over the middle. Chance here for Midwest United. Just getting some extra passes behind it, and then nobody able to capitalize as Shilyamani having a chance for Midwest United, but just trying to get some extra passes in between the net. And a corner kick on the way for Midwest United. They're going to play short corner. And chip shot something into the 18. However, getting behind it's going to be Kalamazoo's Owen Smith. As it's going to roll out of bounds. Last touch by Kalamazoo FC. It's going to set up another corner kick here on that far corner for Midwest United. United going to look for something in their own 18. Having a couple people get underneath it, and then a shot that's going to be rung off way up high. As nothing going there for Midwest United. Still scoreless here in the early stages of this one, as Cook's just going to play this short into the back line. And then quickly moving upfield looking for Donovan Phillip. Goes Kalamazoo. Giving chase now through the field. It goes. And then Midwest United now taking over, and they're going to try and get something over on that left side with Suleimani. Suleimani going to take a shot on goal, and Cook's going to send this one up and over. Good look there for Midwest United. Andrew Cook, though, deflecting and saving the goal. Keeping this one right where it's at, 0-0. And a good keeper save there by Kalamazoo's own Andrew Cook. Corner kick, that's going to find nobody underneath it. Looking across field at that other sideline. Now a ball played into the 18, but snagged out of the air. As that's a good grab there by Cook once again. Kalamazoo sending people down the field. It's now a ball played over right side, looking there for Asher Barnes. He's going to take a hop, and Barnes going to get a read off a defender. Going down that sideline, got something he can play in. He's going to loft it. Not on the receiving end for anybody. Goes Kalamazoo FC. Nice change of pace, though, for Kalamazoo FC. Trying to get something over on their side in their attacking zone. But Jonathan Killuer still not having anybody tempt at him yet. Killuer going to send this one well across midfield. As getting underneath it goes Matthew Bovain for Kalamazoo FC. It's going to roll out of bounds. Last touch by Midwest United. So Kalamazoo taking over their defensive zone. Tossing in, moving it across field into the attacking area. Newhoff going to send this one well downfield, looking for somebody in that attacking zone. Midwest United, though, going to get back on top. And Cook's just going to play it back and forth, looking for more forwards up the field. However, he's going to find Ennis. And right back into Cook it goes. Just being smart with possession now goes Kalamazoo FC. And Cook's going to use the leg, send it all the way up, looking there for Melarani. Also Mercer on the receiving end. However, nobody able to get to it. It's going to roll off the bounds. Strong leg there from Andrew Cook. Official's going to say last touch by Midwest United. So Kalamazoo FC with the corner kick. This one coming from Colin Ennis. Ennis having a couple of players around inside the 18. Melarani, Mercer, Donovan Phillip. And then this one just played right at the goalkeeper, and he's going to grab it out of the air. So Killuer going back the other way for Midwest. Kalamazoo just going to play this one back into Cook and then send it up towards the forwards. Trying to get somebody behind it. This one going to be Melarani. However, out of bounds it goes. And Midwest United going to take over. Shannon blasted ball. Quickly moving now into their attacking zone goes Midwest United. Still playing it a little far, though. Andrew Cook going to grab this one with nobody tempting Kalamazoo's keeper. 14 minutes gone by. Still scoreless here at Mayor's Riverfront. Looking for that first one to put someone ahead of one another as Kalamazoo welcomes in top dog in Midwest United here to Mayor's Riverfront. At the play, Kalamazoo going to get a free kick outside their 18, but still an area where something could get generated. As this one going to be off the foot of Colin Ennis. Ennis going to strike something in, looking inside the 18. However, Killer going to get this and snag it right out of the air as it was last touched and given right into Killer. Killer trying to safely play it up the field for Midwest United. As a bad ball that's going to be played into the 18 and then taken care of. Good defense from Kalamazoo FC after an almost lapse. They gave the ball right to Midwest United inside their attacking zone. However, able to take care of it and push it back down the field. A ball played in for Midwest United. Stout slipping up on the turf. Midwest United trying to get something into their attacking zone. Then the ref going to stop this one with the whistle. Not liking what he was seeing, so free kick going to come here for Midwest United. "17 minutes gone by. Midwest looking to set something up in between the posts here against Andrew Cook. Play it right side of the 18. As having a look at the net if he wanted to take it, but Giuseppe just going to play this one right side of the attacking zone for Midwest United. As now Barone going to have it outside of the 18, but looking to get something going. So they're going to play a ball over the middle, and then Kalamazoo going to jump the passing lane. As that's going to be Owen Smith taken away for Kalamazoo FC. Smith going to play a ball upfield for Phillip. However, Donovan Gusto, Phillip not able to get to it. Giving as Kalamazoo FC trying to slow up what Midwest United had going down that sideline. They're going to let defenders catch back up. Sticking within their attacking zone goes Midwest United. As offside is going to be the call. Midwest just trying to get something inside their attacking zone, but got to do it fairly. As everybody right there for United just coming up a little close and inside the back line. A ball played left side. Donovan Phillip has a couple areas he could go to it. Nobody on the receiving end, though, as Mike Melarani had a chance, but just played out a little too and far Diving attempt, though, from Melarani. Good effort nonetheless. Barnes trying to take away a pass here, but this is going to be a ball played well up for Jonathan Stout. Stout trying to take on Andrew Cook, and he's going to get a save out of Cook with the feet. Oh, my goodness, what a save there by Andrew Cook. Keeping this game right where it's at, tied 0-0. Nobody getting a score yet on the game. However, the best chance. Left side once again for Stout. Stout's going to cut back to the right, take it on himself one more time. Right side, though, going to be a little wide. Good look for Jonathan Stout against Andrew Cook once again. See, if he keeps having looks like those, it'll only be a matter of time before one goes to the back of the net for Midwest United. Kalamazoo, though, needing to generate some offense and get some looks on that last possession, or like that last possession, I should say, as Melarani having a really good look at it off the centering feed from Gusto Phillip, just not able to get underneath it was Melarani. Looking to do something the same off the foot of Cook. It goes middle of the field. A little wide of Ennis, though, and Midwest United just going to take this over. Burkett going to play it right side there to Takawira. Takawira back and forth it goes between teammates. And then it back into the back line it goes. Adamson with it. As smart possession time there, played by Ezra White of Midwest United. Just trying to keep the ball in their possession and try and play something smart, but off the foot of White it goes. But somehow sticking with it off a bad bounce goes Midwest United, so still around midfield, just trying to first half. Now they're going to play something left side. Is now trying to take one at net. Goes Giuseppe Barone, going to play a centering feed, but Kalamazoo FC is going to be right there as their own defense going to play this one back towards Jonathan Killuer. As some heads-up defending there played by Kalamazoo FC to keep this game right where it's at. Nobody scored yet here as we're 20 minutes gone by in this first half. Midwest United, though, having a chance, attacking numbers 5-on-5. They're going to play something right side. Cook, though, coming out, making another save. Still with it, though, goes Midwest United. Takawira, he's going to have something right side, trying to play something back post. And then Jonathan Stout going to stick on top of it in the 18. Stout going to drive that right side, trying to play something to teammate Burkett. However, Kalamazoo FC going to play some heads-up defense once again. As Kalamazoo making it tough to get scored on here in this first half as we approach that 22nd minute mark. Still scoreless here in the first half. As the 6-0-1 Midwest United looking to keep their season near perfect other than the one tie. A ball played over right side for Melarani. Melarani having defenders come over at him. Now it's going to be played from Ennis to Gusto Phillip. A ball played into the middle that they can do something with. Kalamazoo FC, though, not able to capitalize. And Midwest United defenders just going to send this one out, give some more breathing room. As it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Asher Barnes. Midwest United going to take over. Still inside their defensive zone, though, with it. Tossed in, going to be bounced around. And then the smart play by Giuseppe Barone trying to get it. A bad ball, trying to play something over towards Cook. Cook retreating to the net now as he was out around that 18-yard marker. Midwest smart with possession. Keeping separation between them and Eagle defenders until almost a takeaway by Ennis. Colin Ennis, though, sticking with it, and a takeaway here by Chapela Ramos. Melarani going to keep this one in bounds. However, Giuseppe Barone going to win it back for Midwest United. Giving chase goes Donovan Gusto Phillip. As the effort by him going to win the ball back for Kalamazoo FC off a bad pass for Midwest United. So good pressure being played by Kalamazoo FC. Just needing the pressure. Foot of Cook going to go right into the goalkeeper, Killua. And Midwest United going to try and set something up for themselves. Killua, long ball, almost into the other 18 from his own. Now White with it on that right side. He's looking to play it into Burkett, but Burkett not able to get around it, and Kalamazoo FC takes over their defensive side. Long toss and moving sides of the field. This one going to be played for Mercer. Mercer looking to get something into Phillips' way. Then out of bounds, last touch by Midwest United. So Kalamazoo FC having something here, their side of the field that they can do something dangerously with. Then they're going to play it back over to Chapela Ramos. Out of bounds it goes. Kalamazoo FC still going to stick with it. Deeper in their own offensive zone. Chances now adding up for Kalamazoo FC. Needing to play smart with possession here. Barnes going to try and get something in field to Melarani, then to Smith. Bouncing back and forth between Kalamazoo FC defenders it goes. Then out of bounds, Midwest United going to take back over. Toss in coming here from Bradley Dunwell. Dunwell just going to give it back over to Giuseppe Barone. Barone now off the toss in. And a good ball. That one going to be played up for Takawira. Wira having a lot of room over there. Takawira cutting back, putting something on, but up top it goes. Just a little bit underneath it goes Vitalis Takawira, as a good chance there for Kalamazoo FC. Excuse me, good chance for Midwest United taking on Kalamazoo FC's defenders. A ball played into the 18 now. United outside the 18, hopping back on top of it. This one for Jonathan Stout. Stout going to be defended by Barnes. A good cut move, and then Stout trying to send something in, as it's going to be deflected off a Kalamazoo defender, as Donovan Gusto Phillip going down that sideline, only to lose up defender. And with somebody down on the field, we're going to take a break here at Mayor's Riverfront Park, and we'll be right back when action restores here. So we're going to take this minute to thank as play resumes back into it. Still scoreless here as we're getting closer towards the middle numbers of this half. A shot going to be rung off, but left side it goes, as Roni Siliamani not able to get anything in between the posts against Andrew Cook. Had a couple of good looks today, joined by a couple of teammates like Jonathan Stout, getting a couple good looks on Kalamazoo's keeper, Andrew Cook. But Cook going to play a ball over left side, and he's going to have a midfielder wide open. Ennis going to play a ball back It's back and forth along that far sideline it goes. This one going to be with Colin Ennis. Ennis going to try and play something back into the back line. Now Phillip going to have a pass all the way into the 18. Now ball struck well up in the air. Barnes on the receiving end with Stout. We'll see who wins it for their team as it's going to come down. Ball won by Barnes. Having a couple defenders draped all over him. He's going to slip up and get this one deflected off the pass, and Midwest United going to take over. This one's going to be with Barone. Right side, Barone, a good feed into the 18. It goes. Chances here on for Midwest United, but well defended by Kalamazoo FC to put a halt to that quick possession for Midwest United. Midwest United trying to play keep away. Touched by a defender of Midwest United. So a toss in coming Kalamazoo FC's way in their offensive zone. Treading dangerous waters here goes the defense of Midwest United. As the attacking numbers for Kalamazoo FC got to start amping up as we get closer towards that end of the first half. Ball played over for Asher Barnes on the close sideline. Barnes taking on Stout. Stout trying to cut it back, play over to Phillip. Donovan Gusto Phillip taking on Takawira. As Takawira going to play this one up over along the sideline. Owen Smith going to come down with it, and then Ramos for Kalamazoo FC one more time. Sending it out of bounds. Still, though, last off, a Midwest United defender, and then out of bounds. As Barnes is tossing, going to be deflected by Takawira and sent right back out of bounds. So we're going to do the same thing right over one more time. As this one's inbounded, looking there for Phillip. They're going to play as the shot from Owen Smith going to be saved. But a good look at net there for Kalamazoo FC, trying to tempt their own old goalie into letting them get one. However, Killua playing a good game for his new club in Midwest United. Pressure on for Kalamazoo FC. So they're going to let a ball go through. It's Takawira now with it, left side. He's going to play something up to Jonathan Stout. Stout going to look like he's going to go baseline, then cut back in. Rifling something over on that right side of the 18. He's going to have a man over in front as this one now going to be Barone. Giuseppe Barone dashing and diving, now twisting and turning. It's going to be played into that 18 now. A good pass. Nobody on the receiving end, though, in front of the net. A chance for Midwest United that they're just going to miss. As Giuseppe Barone just going to send this one way above the net into the trees. As still scoreless, though. Both these teams, the numbers starting to add up. Both these teams looking for the first score in this matchup. Middle of the field looking for Mercer and Phillip. And just going to take a bounce off of Mercer. Still sticking with it to Colin Ennis. It goes. Ennis, middle of the field. He's just going to play this one to Chapella Ramos. And then Chapella Ramos goes over towards Barnes. Barnes plays something into the corner there for Gusto Phillip. Gusto Phillip, though, going to get pushed and shoved as Christian Shannon not able to get that physical down there, but doing anything that he can to try and stop the speedy Donovan Gusto Phillip. Got to keep it clean, though, as the official's going to call it anytime they see it, especially when it's right in front of them like that last one. A ball played in front of the net from Owen Smith. Duarte Ramos trying to get something over. However, just a little bit underneath it and over the net it goes. So still tied, scoreless here. So we're getting in the later stages of this first half. 34 minutes gone by, approaching the 35th. Keelu, we're going to have another goal kick here against his old club, trying to get his new club, Midwest, United with something set up good. However, the defense from both these two teams really, really good and physical so far in the first half. Midwest with something off of Kalamazoo's bad pass out of bounds. Now setting up with Midwest in their attacking zone. Jonathan Stout. Defended by Barnes as he's just going to slow it back up and it's going to go into Christian Shannon. It's now back to Stout. It goes. Stout gives something over the middle of the field, looking there for Shuliamani. However, pass in front of the net one more time for Midwest. It's going to be sent out by the defenders of Kalamazoo FC. And then once again, Kalamazoo going to get a lucky break on defense. Mercer now playing a good ball up front to as push comes to shove over there for Donovan Gusto Phillip. Fans here thinking it's a little bit of a soft call from the officials. However, it's going to be a call nonetheless. And going back the other way with Midwest United we go. Kielu going to send something off the foot. Well struck. As it's going to be touched by Kalamazoo FC, and then coming down with it goes Bradley Dunwell for Midwest United. A ball played almost into the 18, but Kalamazoo going to get a foot on it and send it back towards midfield. And Midwest United going to hop back on top of it here with Ezra White. White going to play something back into Christian Shannon. And then Midwest United, a couple of bad passes, losing it to Kalamazoo FC. Back and forth we go, switching sides of the field. Midwest United, Jonathan Stout going to slip up, but still sticking with it. A good ball played right side for Ezra White. However, it's just going to roll out of bounds. Last touch by White, so Kalamazoo FC going to take over. This is going to be deep defensively for the Eagles. In and then sent out of bounds. Now a toss in, played into the 18. Nobody, though, for Midwest United playing in front of the net in the box. As another break there for Kalamazoo FC as we're getting into the later stages of this first half. Inbound here, played to Takawira in that left corner. As he's going to switch up and try and go back to the right side. Then loses this one there to Colin Ennis. As it's going to go out of bounds, Takawira going to get a foot on it. So Kalamazoo FC still sticking with it. Midwest United, something in front of their net. Ball played left side there for Stout. Well defended by Barnes. And a ball played over in front of the net. Deflected, though, and sent back out of bounds by Kalamazoo. Their offensive zone. Takawira going to play this ball in, looking to get this into Giuseppe Barone. As Kalamazoo's keeper, Cook, going to make a grab out of the air and send it back Kalamazoo's way. Still scoreless here as we're getting into the 39th minute. Later stages of the first half, so just 5 minutes or so left to go here in the first half. Going right side to Asher Barnes. Barnes going to play something Into that right corner with Donovan Gusto Phillip. Gusto Phillip going to send it back into the box. Barnes having a look at net. Going to play something down low for Owen Smith. Smith chipping, but Killuer making the grab out of the air. Send it back Midwest way. Bradley Dunwell trying to attack here for Midwest United. Really good read by Andrew Cook to send this one back towards middle of the field. Midwest still with it in their possession. Good read by Andrew Cook off the long ball played in front of Takawira. As if he would have let Takawira get that one, Takawira would have had a well space in between him and the closest defender and a chance on goal. But good read by the goalkeeper to keep things right where it's at, still scoreless as we're into the late stages in this first half. 40 minutes gone by. So we'll see who can find the first 2 games in a row going nothing the full 90 minutes. If we do, it could be a long match here today at Mayor's Riverfront Park. But both these two teams not looking for a tie. Everybody wants a win, especially when Midwest United only having 2 matches left after this, as they got one against Lansing City and one more, Oakland County, and then one more coming against Flint. And Flint's no easy give me in any terms. So needing to play some good soccer in the last 3 matches goes Midwest United. Jonathan Stout now middle of the field has a bad pass, almost won by Owen Smith. It's now a ball played up for Grayson Mercer. Mercer trying to attack that left side. He's going to have an area to try and play something. Almost won the ball, but sent it out of bounds. So Kalamazoo going to get a corner kick here. Players not happy, though, down on the field trying to chirp something in the officials' way. However, I don't think that's going to help you, especially if you're going to try and win some calls later. However, 42 minutes gone by, still scoreless. Kalamazoo with a chance here. Corner kick sent into the box. Then it's going to be blasted up into the air. And Midwest United on the receiving end is a couple of jumping players going for the ball. Going to draw a whistle from the officials. And one more time, we'll stop play and let Midwest United get a free kick here with goalkeeper Killuer. Killuer going to play long ball atop the 18, but Duarte Ramos going to be on the receiving end. It's now Midwest United getting it back defensively in their zone. As a slip up and a costly mistake here, but a good ball back after a costly mistake by Midwest United. Now a ball that's going to be played in for Sylvain. He's going to take a shot in, and it's going to be a goal for for Midwest United against Kalamazoo FC. Roni Silmani getting this one into the back of the net, and he's going to find the first one in this matchup. Midwest United puts themselves ahead of Kalamazoo FC in the late stages of this first half. 1-0. It came back up before we go into halftime. However, not a dangerous sight if you can't get one before halftime. Go in to the half, recoup yourself, get your starters and everybody playing back the way they want to, fresh-footed, and come out attacking into that second half. So still needing to stick on it and finish out this first half in good numbers. Kalamazoo FC, though, looking to see if they can answer that first half goal from Midwest United. 1-0 is the score as we're into the final. Chance in their 18 now, Kalamazoo FC, but Midwest United going to send this one out. as players trying to get something here for Kalamazoo FC. A ball played in for Melarani, and then out of bounds it goes. They're going to say a goal kick, last touch by Melarani. So goal kick's going to be the result as Jonathan Killu, we're going to try and send this one deep downfield for Midwest United. However, all into extra time here in this first half. So we'll see if Midwest wants to try and get another look on net and extend their lead, or if Kalamazoo's defense is going to answer the task and keep it right where we're at, 1-0 the score, as we're all in extra time here in the first half. Back and forth it goes between teams, middle of the field. Now over on that left side, Jonathan Stout going to have a chance here. He's going to play a ball into and lose it here for Midwest United. So a ball that's going to be played down that left sideline. Donovan Gusto giving chase. A sliding Killu. We're making a good heads-up play for Midwest United to set the ball right back over towards midfield. And now another chance here. Takawara going to have something played into the 18 as he's going to try and take on the keeper there, but official's not going to say anything, keeping it clean. But the foot did get up close towards that chest area of the goalkeeper. Can't be make. Takawara wants to play a second half. As that's going to be sent out of bounds by Midwest defender. Kalamazoo FC, their chances in the first half of dwindling down, trying to answer that scored goal by Midwest United as they sit with the lead 1-0 in the later stages of this first half. It's all extra time, as we're going to get the whistle from the officials, and that's going to be the first half. So Kalamazoo FC heading into halftime, trailing the top dog Midwest United 1-0. We will see after the halftime if Kalamazoo can come out and answer that one goal that Midwest netted in the later stages of this first half. So far, competitive soccer, a good defensive game between these two teams, as just the one goal separates them. 1-0 lead for Midwest United. Stick around here on Kalamazoo FC's USL 2 and USLW live streams on the YouTube channel here for Kalamazoo FC. As we got 15 minutes, and we'll be right back here with half number 2. Midwest United on top, 1-0 over the home team Kalamazoo FC, as they welcome the top dog, this year's number 1 team in the Great Lakes Division, Midwest United. We'll be back here, 15 minutes going by, halftime here at Mayor's Riverfront. out of halftime and into the second half. Kalamazoo FC trailing Midwest United 1-0 at home, as Kalamazoo needing to find something earlier in this second half rather than later. They want to have a better chance of knocking off the top dog in USL 2 Great Lakes Division, as Midwest United on the season undefeated, only one tie to their name, 6 wins, no losses, and 1 tie. As this one's going to be Burkett playing up to Takawira, and then back over to Burkett it goes. Middle of the field, a swarm of Eagles all over Burkett, but Burkett going to play this one to Takawira, and playing it smart goes Takawira. And then back and forth it goes, hitting the body. As with the player down, hopping back up. So we won't take a minute to thank our sponsors, as we'll hop right back into it, as it's going to be a free kick here for Midwest United early in this second half, getting a chance to looking on net as Takawira could take a chance at net. Just a little bit outside the 18. Still a far shot. Got to get it up and over. A couple of defenders in the way of Kalamazoo FC. Attilas Takawira going to ring a save made by Andrew Cook. Slide tackle, good attempt by Midwest United, but a good ball that's played into Owen Smith. And a whistle that's going to stop things up here as Melarani tripped down to the ground. It's going to free up some space. As a free kick that's going to be sent in towards Killua, and Killua going to make this grab out of the air. However, players sparking conversation for Kalamazoo FC, getting up and starting to get loose. As Killua going to send this one deep down the field, as it's going to wind up out of bounds. Last touch by Killua, so Kalamazoo FC going to take over zone. As this one played into Owen Smith, it's going to bounce out of bounds, and Midwest United going to take over. An area where they could set something up and have a successful possession. They're going to play this one into Jonathan Stout. Stout going to slip up and play this one into the back line, but Killua are going to make a good read on it and send this one back towards middle of the field, as getting a head underneath it, but not good contact goes Emmanuel Newhoff. Takawira going to lose it off the bad touch, and out of bounds it goes. Kalamazoo going to take over our possession. This one played in to Melarani, as it's going to bounce around a couple of different players on each team. And Midwest United going to try and take something over. As this ball, though, for Melarani, still in play down that left side. He's going to play something up there to Colin Innes. Innes going to play a ball down short corner into the middle for Owen Smith. And then Owen Smith going to ring a shot off. But after that, grabbing the ankle, he's going to be down on the ground. So Owen Smith getting back up. Taking his time, though, however, as was a hard shot. His ankle probably just caught a little bit of the shin guard or that front leg of a defender, but getting back into it. And a corner kick on the way for Kalamazoo FC. And this is going to play something into the 18, having bodies around it, but that one's just going to go up into the air. Good attempt there from Duarte Chapelas. Keelauer off the foot, sending this one well over middle of the field. As some pushing, shoving down on the field. The other two teams definitely chippy in play. As Augusto Militao on the foul for Kalamazoo UFC. Still 1-0 Midwest United into this second half as they scored late in the first half to go into halftime with a 1-0 lead and still sitting where it's at. Nobody scoring here in this second half. A ball struck into the 18, but a jumping and diving Andrew Cook making the grab out of thin air. Takeaway here for Kalamazoo UFC in their defensive half. As a spin around and a ball played into Innes. And then back over to Mercer it goes. Mercer down that left sideline going to play one into Melarani. As now out of bounds it goes. Kalamazoo UFC with it. As Newhoff with it. He's just going to send this one in. Looking there for Melarani. Melarani trying to give chase over to, over in the direction of Gusto Phillip, but then Midwest United going to take over, moving across the field and into their offensive half, but then a player's tripped up, and the official's going to reach into that pocket, pull out the yellow card, and that's going to be the first one there for Duarte Chapelas. Yellow card coming out to play here in the second half is first one of the match. Very clean first half played from both these two teams, but getting chippy and later in this game. Both teams wanting it a little bit extra. It's a big game for both these two teams. You could argue who needs this win more, but with only 2 games left to play after this one, you'd think that Midwest United look Kalamazoo FC as this ball is going to be struck by Takawera, but out of bounds it goes way up high. Still gets a good look, though, from the keeper. Andrew Cook has the diving. Attempt was there, but not needing it. Newhoff with it, middle of the field. He's going to go to Innes. Innes now sending something long up the field, looking there for Gusto Phillip. However, not on the receiving end. As now Keelauer just going to play this one very long downfield and into Kalamazoo FC's control. It's now a ball played up for Gusto Phillip and then there for Vera Cruz. So it's just going to go out of bounds. Kalamazoo FC loses possession, trying to get something going. As now, a couple of subs going to be coming into play here for Kalamazoo FC as Felix Drzinski and Pepe Martinez going to be checking into the matchup. So he's going to be checking in. Pepe Martinez, that is, going to be checking in for number 21. That's going to be Mike Melarani. So Melarani sitting down, playing some good minutes here today, but everybody's favorite Pepe Martinez for Kalamazoo FC back into the game. Off the bench, here we go. As Martinez checking into the game. One of the few returners for Kalamazoo FC, looking to get something into the back of the net and tempt his old teammate between the posts for Midwest United and Jonathan Keelauer. Kalamazoo FC having a chance now. They're going to play this ball into Pepe Martinez, the top of the 18. Martinez trying to get through the defense. He's going to have a chance here, a look to play something over the middle. But on the other end it goes. They're going to say out of bounds, and a goal kick here for Killuer. 56 minutes gone by. Kalamazoo FC still trails the top dog in the Great Lakes Division, Midwest United, by 1. Just 1-0, waiting for Kalamazoo FC to see if they can get back in striking distance and make this one a game. As if they can get one back themselves right here, you'd have to think pressure's going to be back up. Kalamazoo looking for some mistakes. Taking chances now at the net, just trying to generate some open space here in their offensive half, but then slipping up and losing it to Midwest United. Go the Eagles, as Kalamazoo FC now trying to play good defense and keep this game right where it's at. Only a 1-goal advantage here for Midwest United in the matchup, as it's 1-0. And the last time these two teams played each other, I mean, an absolute barn burner it was. 2-1 the final result, as it was a majority just 1-0 game, but finding late scoring in the second half of both those teams in Grand Rapids last time they met. So we'll see what they have in store here for the second half. Burkett going to try and put on the fancy footwork and make some moves down that right sideline. However, going to get this one poked out and taken away by Kalamazoo FC. But then the official's going to say he saw something down there on the field that he doesn't like from Kalamazoo FC. So Midwest United and approaching the 18 in their offensive zone. Giuseppe Barone looking to have something in at the net or just hit something back post, get something off ahead and past Andrew Cook, as Barone's going to play this one looking for something inside the 6, and then it's going to be bounced out of bounds. They're going to say it's going to Kalamazoo FC, but Midwest United not happy about it, saying that Kalamazoo was the last one to get a finger, or not a finger, a foot on it, I should say. Kalamazoo now slowly approaching their offensive half, trying to get something going. Colin Innes, excuse me. He's just going to play this one back to Henrique Veracruz. As everybody for Kalamazoo looking to see if they can net an equalizer. Owen Smith, though, going to switch up sides of the field. He's going to try and play this one over towards Newhoff. Newhoff going to slow things down, go to Innes. As Innes now plays something in for Gusto Phillip, and a shot's going to ring off from Owen Smith, but a diving save made by Jonathan Killuer. Killuer's shutout still remains as we approach and get past the 60-minute marker. Midwest trying to get something in there offensive, but nobody on the receiving end for Midwest United to put it into the back of the net. A good ball played in front, but Pepe Martinez now with a good ball of his own played down the left sideline for Kalamazoo FC towards Mercer. Mercer going to fake something like he was going inside. Now he drives the baseline, trying to get something in front of the net, but Killuer going to make a scooping effort. And an easy read there for Jonathan Killuer. However, pressure and things are starting to add up here for Kalamazoo FC. Just needing to keep the pressure on and the pace going. That hamstring after some contact from Pepe Martinez. The ball played down the field, the long ball for Midwest United that coaching staff for Midwest United not happy or pleased with, as Aroni Shulyamani gotten tripped up outside the 18. Midwest wanting a call to free them up some space underneath, as tension starting to add up between these two teams, as Shulyamani not pleased, to say the least. Toss in here from Newhoff. It's Newhoff going to send it up the field, and it's just going to go right out of bounds off a body of a Midwest defender. And now Newhoff gets to do it a little bit farther up the field, this time in their offensive zone. As coming down with it is Kalamazoo FC, trying to keep it clean and free along their close sideline to the bench. Is this one going to go back to Henrique Veracruz? Veracruz trying to play something over towards the way of Newhoff, but Newhoff just going to lose this out of bounds. Then a toss in, trying to deflect it off of Newhouse. However, Newhouse going to stick with it, play into Martinez. Now Martinez over the middle of the field has Owen Smith. Owen Smith, a couple of ways he can go with it. Plays it right side there to Gusto Phillip. Gusto Phillip, a good ball back into the middle and taken away by Midwest United. A good look there for Kalamazoo FC, but needing to capitalize. Teammates are playing a little bit selfless, I will say, with the ball. When you're getting closer into that 18 marker, you just really got to try and take it on yourself instead of just trying to get another extra pass forced in and get closer to that. I mean, I get what they're trying to do, but when you have an open look like that, if you're Donovan Gusto Phillip, you got to take that one on the net. .64 minutes gone by, still the same score, 1-0. Kalamazoo FC trailing at home to Midwest United. Midwest trying to move up to their 7th win on the season, as they would be well above anybody else in the Great Lakes Division if they can find one here. This year, 6-0-1, the record for Midwest United. The closest in the win column to them is Flint City, Kalamazoo, and Ann Arbor, both having, or all three having 2 wins to their name. It's the most impressive goal differential coming to Mayor's Riverfront Park and Midwest United. +9 goal differential, as they've scored 13, only allowed 4 in between the posts, and Killuer and company. Ennis putting the fancy footwork now, defended by Giuseppe Barone. Then he's going to play a ball in, looking for Donovan Gusto Phillip. But Midwest taking over now in their offensive half. Defense played by Duarte Chapelas, and now something in front of the net, but right side a little bit too far it goes for Vatilis Takawira. As now a player's down on the field. I believe it's going to be cramping up here. So with that, we're going to take a minute. We're going to thank our sponsors, and we'll be back here when play resumes here at Mayor's Riverfront Park. back and in action here, Mayor's Riverfront Park. Midwest United leading Kalamazoo FC as just the one goal towards the end of the first half, the only action we've seen in terms of scoring between these two teams. Midwest United, the first one to find it as Roni Sully. Kalamazoo FC looking to find the equalizer here at home as they're going to play the ball left side. Couple of players well within the range as drilling Pepe Martinez goes number 23, Nolim. As I would say, it's kind of questionable as what they're calling, or not calling, but looking for. As I mean, the shoulder dropped straight into Pepe Martinez, so to be arguing is kind of questionable to me nonetheless. However, a free kick on the way, looking to see how Colin Innes wants to try and go at the net here, or if he's going to play it into a teammate. He's going to let Owen Smith actually take it himself. Smith trying to get something into the back post. Nobody underneath it, though. Pepe Martinez trying to get another look at the net. However, just going to play it smart. Back into the back line it goes. And Newhoff going to reset here for Kalamazoo FC as chances coming later in the game starting to dwindle away. We're going to have 20 minutes of regular time left here as we approach the 68th or 69th minute, excuse me. Gillua trying to set something into the 18, but Cook going to grab this one out of the air and send it back deep down the offense on the receiving end of it for Kalamazoo FC. Trying to play something into the box, now getting tripped up, and the corner kick's going to come into play for Kalamazoo FC. So, don't know how many more chances you're going to get as it starts dwindling down. Time not on your side if you're Kalamazoo FC. Needing to find something to answer. See if we can get one off this corner kick as it's going to come off the foot of Colin Ennis. Striped into the 18. Couple of players on the back end. As a whistle is going to slow things up here. And a free kick on the way for Midwest United out of the corner kick. Approaching that 71st minute mark, and 1-0 still the score. Midwest United, the only goal scoring so far in this matchup. Kalamazoo looking to find an equalizer in the late stages. A ball that's going to be played in to the offensive 18 of Midwest United. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by by Kalamazoo. So a corner kick on the way for Midwest United. Something tempting off the corner kick off the head of Benjamin Adamson, but nobody able to get to it and put it into the back of the net for Midwest United. Kalamazoo going to play it back into their goalie, and then he's just going to send it out of bounds right off the foot. So a chance here for Midwest United to capitalize on the mistake from Kalamazoo FC. They weren't able to find anybody off the goal kick from Andrew Cook. Kalamazoo UFC feeling the pressure come on from Midwest United, as an area where Kalamazoo is going to slip up. Midwest United looking to extend their lead as the 1-goal lead for them, not anything comfortable by any mark. Pepe Martinez over towards the middle of the field as a little bit of contact is going to be whistled against the Eagles. A little bit of a flop there, but nonetheless, officials going to call it how they see it. Good acting, though, out of Midwest. Midwest United near midfield, as Kalamazoo UFC just going to send this one into their offensive half, but both teams sending it back and forth around midfield, as it's going to be Colin Innes to stick with it, then slipping up and losing it. Midwest United going to play something over on that right side, but right to a defender, Kalamazoo FC. Then Innes slipping up, and he's going to try and go right side. As a shot's going to be rung off, one had some heat behind it coming off the foot of Mercer. An absolute screamer that was just deflected, possibly even knocking the wind out of a defender as they're slow to get back into it. I mean, man, oh man, that was rifled off the foot of Grayson Mercer. Gusto Phillip putting pressure on, giving chase. And then Midwest just going to play something over to the back line of Kalamazoo. Looking for Pepe Martinez goes Kalamazoo FC, but slipping up and losing the ball, only to get it back off a long touch from Midwest United. So they're going to go right side now, having a couple players which way they can go with it, as it's going to be taking some time off, as there's going to be a player down on the field, trainer coming out onto the field. So with that, we're going to take a minute here, take a break, and thank our sponsors. Players back up and in action, as you got to think the heat and humidity making some cramps occur down there on the field. So later stages in this one, 77 minutes gone by. Kalamazoo FC's chances starting to dwindle away minute by minute, as needing to get something to find an equalizer. As some whistles now from the officials, and another player back down onto the swing of things, as Killuer going to play this one well across midfield and into the attacking area for Midwest United. Back and forth it goes between these two players, or two teams. Is now Owen Smith going to come away with it for Kalamazoo FC. Smith playing something up alongside, looking there for Donovan Gusto Phillip. However, just getting rid of it goes Killuer, and resetting goes Kalamazoo FC. Midfield with it. They're going to play this one over to Innes. Colin Innes now plays back and looking for something over the middle towards Grayson Mercer, but nobody there. And in back to the back line it goes. So some more substitutions coming into the game here for Kalamazoo FC, as once they get a chance, Mathis Gaffroy and Oliver Akintade going to be checked into the matchup here for Kalamazoo FC. But first, driving towards their zone goes Emmanuel Newhoff. As Coach Shane Lyons not happy with what he's seeing down there on the field. They're going to get a chance, though. Kalamazoo FC playing something into the middle. Well defended, though, by Midwest United. Pepe Martinez still with it. As goalie just making some contact. But Jonathan Killuer not anything with some ill intent, trying to help back Mercer to his feet. But Mercer still inside the 18, back on the ground. So as it's going to go out of bounds into the defensive area of Kalamazoo FC. This ball is going to be played in, but slowly stopped. The official's not ready. Mercer still hanging around down by Jonathan Killuer. Old Kalamazoo FC keeper last season, but now switching up sides and on to Midwest United he goes. As Akintade and Gaffroy checking into the game. Main striker Akintade can get done here. As one of the better players in Division 3 in the country, Akintade that is. Trying to figure out and get Kalamazoo something into the back of the net and on the board. As the striking skills from Akintade, you got to think they're going to be coming into factor. Now, Gusto Phillips with it, playing slow ball back into Drzinski. Drzinski back into Gusto Phillip. Now Phillip going to go over to Pepe Martinez. Martinez one-on-one near that sideline. He's going to play something over the middle, but then that one off the foot and lost. But a deep ball played by Midwest United. Has 81 minutes gone by, approaching that 82nd. Still a 1-0 lead, only one goal scored, as it was Roni Siliamani getting the only goal scored in this game so far for Midwest United. Dawson here for Kalamazoo. As it's going to be deflected off of Akintade. Kalamazoo going to get another chance inside their attacking zone. Not able to do anything with it, though. Go the Eagles, as extra time is going to be the only thing after these 8 minutes are up here. But a chance now for Midwest United driving into the 18. I mean, what some speed put on display there. And then slowing back up with Jonathan Stout. As, I mean, the speed there from Takawira on display. Another ball played into the 18 and then sent back out by Kalamazoo FC. Mercer with it towards the top of the field, or middle of the field, and then Mercer's just going to get checked down to the ground. As Mercer's taking a beating late in this second half. But one tough cookie getting back up and into the action. As that is some crazy way to play the ball and body check Mercer. It's like we're playing hockey out here. As this one's going to be well struck, something into the 18. Nobody on the receiving end, though. They're going to say offsides, and Kalamazoo FC just going to give this right back to Midwest United. 84 minutes now gone by here in this game. Late in the second half, Kalamazoo looking to find the one that's going to put them back up and into this game. Possibly give Midwest United a second tie on the year, but nobody wants a tie. Kalamazoo FC, though, needing to find the equalizer and then the one to put them ahead, as a good struck ball by Oji Latea. Ball that's going to be played over the middle, but deflected and sent out of bounds by a defender for Kalamazoo FC. So, corner kick on the way here for Midwest United. 85 minutes gone by. We'll have 5 minutes and extra time. Kalamazoo needing to find the equalizer. Midwest trying to get something. And a good ball played towards the back post. Good chance there for Christian Shannon. However, Kalamazoo FC going to walk away with the same score, 1-0. Here comes another attacking chance here for the Eagles. Owen Smith, ball in left side here for Gaffroy. Gaffroy not going to get to it, as that one going to be Oja Taleo. Another toss in for Kalamazoo FC. Owen Smith going to come down with it off the inbound, but then quickly losing it. And Midwest United going to send it back over towards the keeper for Kalamazoo FC. Andrew Cook's going to take care of it, and he's going to send it over towards Drzinski. Drzinski now long ball looking for Pepe Martinez downfield. However, sent it right at Jonathan Killuer, and nothing cooking there for Kalamazoo FC. Off the foot of Cook it goes, and then out of bounds off ahead of a Midwest United defender. Inbound into the back line. Kalamazoo's chances dwindling minute by minute. 87 minutes gone by now. Pepe Martinez, middle of the field. He's just going to lose this one there to Roni Siliamani. Off the foot of Cook. Played into Akintate. Middle of the field to Smith it goes. As they're just going to switch up now left side of the field. This one played into Newhoff. Newhoff going to give to Pepe Martinez on that left sideline. Martinez going to cut back in towards the middle of the field, sending something into the 18, looking for Oliver Akintate. Killuer coming out of the net. And a ball played in for Gusto Phillip. And good defense played by Midwest United. Couple of late chances here in the game. Oliver Akintate now sending one into the 18. Killuer going to punch this one away. And resetting goes the defense for Midwest United. Another chance, though, here for Kalamazoo FC. Left side goes with Pepe Martinez. Then they're going to slow it back up and give to Newhoff. Newhoff off to Smith. Smith to Martinez. Martinez now sending something into the 18. Gusto Phillips there, but nobody able to get ahead underneath it, as it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Midwest United, and a sub for Kalamazoo FC, as number 19, Martin O'Toole, going to be checking into the game here. As O'Toole checked into the game here. Mercer playing a very physical couple of minutes in today's matchup. I mean, Mercer was hitting the ground everywhere, all over the field. But he's going to have his money well spent today. As a chance here in front of the net for Kalamazoo FC, but defended really well by Midwest United. Owen Smith once again outside the 18, trying to get something going inside. And then it's going to be taken away by Midwest United. Gusto Phillip going to poke this one out and win it back for Kalamazoo FC. Akintade trying to play something left side for Pepe Martinez. Martinez going to spin around, looking to see where he can find an opening. Now play something over the middle. He's going to find Gusto Phillip. Gusto Phillip sliding, giving to Pepe Martinez. Martinez left side. That one going to be wide left. A chance, though, looking real good for Kalamazoo FC was Pepe Martinez in the late stages. As now it's just going to be all in extra time here. And if Kalamazoo can keep the pressure on and keep their chances looking like this, we might find an equalizer in the late stages. About 5 minutes of extra time or so. So we shall see how Kalamazoo wants to take the rest of this match. Keep the pressure on. And it's about 3 or 4 minutes of extra time to be played here at Mayor's Riverfront Park. Quite the amount of fingers held up on the hand. So we'll see how much or how long they keep them going and rolling here. But a chance for Midwest United to securely put this one in their bag. Inside their offensive zone. It's going to go out of bounds. Kalamazoo FC going to stick with it for a free kick here, actually, as the whistle comes into play. Sun start is set here in Kalamazoo FC. Mayor's Riverfront Park, the location. Pepe Martinez trying to get something into the 18. A shot's going to be rung off, but that one deflected off the body of Christian Shannon. Shannon making some good saves, stops here. You got to think goalie Jonathan Keeler, we're going to be impressed with how his back line's playing against his former club here today at Mayor's Riverfront. Couple of chances, or a couple of last chances, you should say, for Kalamazoo FC. A ball that's going to be played left side. Pepe Martinez giving chase. Keeler looking to send this one deep and give a lot extra time to the defenders and himself, as he's going to do exactly that. Just trying to create a lot more separation between him, the ball, and Kalamazoo FC. Into the 93rd minute, extra time here at Mayor's Riverfront. Midwest United looking to walk away with the 1-0 win, but Kalamazoo looking to play spoiler and find the equalizer. As out of bounds it's going to go, and they're going to say a corner kick here for Midwest United. As Emil Newhoff thought it was last touched by Midwest, so not pleased, you could say, Newhoff was. A ball played from the corner, and it's going to go out of bounds towards Kalamazoo FC. A toss in now for Gusto Phillip. And Akintade going to be top team of the game for Kalamazoo FC. Whenever somebody gets tossed to the ground, no call. Cook's going to use his foot and blast this one over towards the middle of the field. Takawara lurking in that attacking zone for Midwest. Almost walking away with a dangerous play. However, in the middle for Takawara. And another chance here looking for Kalamazoo FC, but also losing it to Midwest United in a hurry. It goes as Takawara going to have this one left side, defended by Akintade, and then sent out of bounds. As it's going to come down to the final whistle in this one, and Midwest United going to walk away with the victory in Mayor's Riverfront Park. 1-0, the final score of this one. A big game for Midwest United, and they knew it. The celebration coming out at the end. I mean, with their games dwindling down, only having 2 left in this one, they're going to move on to 7-0-1 on the season. As Kalamazoo FC going to drop this and move to 2-2-2, or Kalamazoo FC, a hard-fought battle and a tough one for them to let get away from themselves. However, despite the result, Kalamazoo going to have to move on and look towards their next game, as the next time the men are going to be here in action, it's going to be the 7th. Friday, we'll be back here in action, Mayor Riverfront Park, as we welcome Oakland County into Mayor's Riverfront, Kalamazoo, Michigan. So we'll see you guys back here on the YouTube channel Friday, June 7th, as Oakland County going to be coming into Mayor's Riverfront. It should be a good one. Kalamazoo looking to find their way back into the win column after a rough start to the season. Not one they're looking for, and losing a big game at home. It goes after a devastating tie from Flint, a 3-3 game, losing a 1-0 game against a good club in Midwest United. But we'll see you guys Friday here on the live stream. My name's Sebastian O'Leary. Thank you to everybody tuning in to the matchup here today between 2 Great Lakes divisional opponents in the USL 2. As we'll see you guys Friday between Kalamazoo FC and Oakland County. Good night, everybody.